Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Fenna Green, Chair of the Board for Heads Up for Inclusion speaking. We are so sorry we weren't able to do a live today, but we do want to fill everyone in on what Heads Up for Inclusion has been doing. Obviously, the last year was challenging for everyone, and very challenging for us as an organization that provides in-person programming. We are all about our face-to-face relationship engagement. So 2020 was a year for us to pivot. When the pandemic really started in Canada and we were shut down, our team had to determine how we would keep going. And luckily, we had a wish list of things that we would love to do if we had the time. And really, the pandemic gave us this time. So we worked on creating a portal, an online virtual space where Heads Up for Inclusion could still provide its services, its programming, its ability to create relationships and break down those barriers. So with that, I just want to quickly thank the Trillium Foundation, the Mackenzie Investments, the City of Peterborough, and the Jerry Egan Children's Foundation. It's because of these funders that we were able to make this pivot, to keep going, to keep working towards our mission, vision, and values. So really quickly, we just wanted to share this quote. Welcoming into community those who have been excluded and recreating communities so that these people's giftedness becomes part of everyday life. This is the strong road to building the capacity of communities everywhere. And that's by Judith Snow from Great Questions.
Good morning, everyone. This is Christa McCorquodale. I am the Executive Director of Heads Up for Inclusion, and I'd just like to mirror Fenna's sentiment. We're so sorry that we couldn't be live and in person today, but felt that it was really important to fill everybody in on what we've been doing. So we do understand that our Amigos programs were really effective in terms of building those lasting and meaningful relationships between people that may not otherwise meet. So we wanted to take, in building the portal, we wanted to take some parts of our in-person Amigos programs, the things that we did really well, and incorporate those into our portal as well. So what did the old Amigos model look like? For the most part, each program was a little bit different depending on what school it was housed in or whether or not it was in the community. Most programs were a build your own sort of a style and were really tailored to fit the environment that they were housed in. So the program goal was to have students spending time together to learn how wonderful each is in their unique way. And this is something that we wanted to make sure continued into our virtual portal. So through this model, we would reduce the impact of social isolation for students and for community members who face barriers to inclusion and provide leadership opportunities to students who fell into the mainstream or volunteer categories. So what did our old model do well? The connection piece was one of those pieces that we were really worried that we would lose in flipping or pivoting over to a virtual model because we had felt in the past that it was very important to have those face-to-face connections and conversations and friendship building and relationship building. And we were worried that that would be lost in flipping over to a virtual model. So we've worked really, really hard to ensure that this connection piece is embodied in that model and that it remains meaningful and that it remains something that's lasting as well. So students involved in our programs are able to build new connections with individuals and supports that may not typically have interactions with previously. So we wanted to make sure that that still happened. So face-to-face friendships, friends met in person, those who are not technology savvy, had the opportunity to meet people in the space they are comfortable with, and in-person recognition events and training. So we often hosted things like our year-end barbecue bash and connector and volunteer training for our volunteers, and leadership opportunities as well. And everybody was in that fun setting, and it made the learning of inclusion really fun. So we want to make sure that these things were all incorporated into our portal. So the shift is the big thing that we're talking about today. Students began learning remotely from home. So this is when all of our operations fundamentally shifted. We were no longer able to provide in-person inclusion programming through our Amigos programs, either in the community or in the school. So a lot of those relationships were getting lost. A lot of the education and learnings that we were able to incorporate into those programs were also getting lost. So we understood that our programs really brought a lot of value in that regard, and we wanted to make sure that we built something that didn't lose that programming and didn't lose that value, and was still able to serve the people that we serve on a daily basis, and work on reducing barriers, reducing social isolation, and really improving quality of life. So just a couple of quick statistics here. So locally, these are local statistics that we want to share out with you. So pre-pandemic, 24% of students felt that they did not make friends easily, and 1 in 5 students felt that they did not belong at their school. So these are the problems that we were tackling really with our Amigos and inclusion programming and our inclusion education. And we wanted to make sure that we continued to tackle these programs into our online portal and connection piece. We also understand that the people that are involved in our programs, so our Amigos who are involved in our programs, tend to be disproportionately affected by social isolation, and tend to be more socially isolated than mainstream folks in our community. So we also understood too that in a pandemic world where we're living now, there is opportunity for our folks to become really lost in the system and to become even more socially isolated. So there is a bit of an urgency in terms of us building our portal to support them.
Okay, hi, Devin Hodges here. I am the community program developer. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we have going on in our portal. So HUI has prepared modules for each of their school and community programs. In the school program, we have weekly activities that follow the school year and the implementation and learning around character traits and skills. For the community program, we have some videos of the program developer doing some activities that you can follow along with, as well as some activities for independent completion. We have a staff monitored community chat that allows amigos and connectors from different programs to connect with each other about interests that they share. The community feature allows students and other participants to connect with other people in the Peterborough, Nogojiwanong area. And we also are continuing to have Zoom meetings with a variety of activities, coffee chats, Zoom crafts, group games, and some yoga are some of the examples. These activities occur multiple times a month, and they are open to all of our program participants. We've also begun to create a more in-depth training for our volunteers that goes beyond persons with disabilities to further support the mainstream population's development of allyship.
Hi there, I'm Tiffany. I'm the school program coordinator. I wanted to remind you guys to begin with as well what our guiding principles are. So this is what HUI believes. We believe that everything is possible. We also believe that belonging is a fundamental need. We all want to feel and be part of our communities. We need our communities to meet us where we're at, and that's the same for everybody. Like, that doesn't just mean a person with barrier. We also believe that inclusion needs to be intentional. Inclusion is more than just physical proximity. It's about building meaningful connections through meaningful activities and common interests. And we find that through building these into our portal, we'll be able to facilitate those relationships. We also believe that friendships enrich our lives. And the research here is clear. Relationships contribute to happiness, healthfulness, and longevity. The more friends a person has, the better their life is in terms of opportunity.
So, little sneak peek. We've been working hard at creating aspects that we felt would open doors to conversation. Inclusion is often an afterthought, but at HUI, we have turned inclusion into our focus because we find that what works for one person may not work for another, but if we work together, then we can all thrive.
So inside our program, we have activities that promote engagement. And you can see when you're looking at our screen here on the left-hand side, we have modules. For the school program in particular, because I'm school program, I'm going to speak to that for a second. We've actually done the work of developing activities that are surrounded by those soft skills and character building traits. So you can see we've got optimism, fairness, courage, empathy, a variety of different things there. We have 4 different things in each week or each module, for each month, for each character trait. And all of those things come with some sort of interaction that promotes the conversation into the next section.
Speaking of conversation, this is where our community chat comes in. This helps to build a network of friends among the Amigos program participants inside and beyond the school. It helps to foster a community within our community. So here's an example of the community chats. We have down the left side is a list of all of the different chat rooms or groups that a person could be involved with. And on the right is your main window where we can see a conversation topic started. Participants can enter in text, pictures, and other forms of media to further their conversation.
We've also been working on developing our virtual trainings for our future leaders. And so as you can see here, we have built in what we called our connector training. We've built 2 levels, or we are continuing to work on this project. But with this project, we are hoping to bring in more in-depth resources to expand the knowledge and continue developing the allyship. But you can see, once again, it looks very similar to the school module or the community module, where on the left-hand side, we have the topics that we'll be covering. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the information. And there's a variety of different types of information within these things. It can be anything from a PDF download. We can have videos in here. We can have communication, conversations, discussions. A variety of different things can happen there. And then just at the bottom, there's a little next lesson button, and you can continue learning.
So let's rise our way to success together through this platform. After all, within our space, our relationships are real, our differences are celebrated, inclusion is demonstrated, our leaders are role models, and nothing is impossible.
But we do need your help. We want to name our new space something fun and exciting and that encompasses inclusion. So we would love it if you would email your suggestion to info@headsupforinclusion.ca. We do have a really fun mystery prize, but the deadline is May 26th. Please get your suggestions in.
So we can't wait to see you inside of our portal. If after this presentation you have any questions at all about our portal or about any of the functionality or how to register to become a participant in the portal, please email our info email that was shown on the previous slide, and we can get you all set up. I would also encourage you, after we have posted this presentation, after you've taken a look at it, if you have any questions, please feel free to pop those questions into the comments section on our Instagram page or on our Facebook page, and we will all work to answer those questions for you. So once again, I just want to echo my colleague's sentiment, Fenna's sentiment, that this could not have been possible without our funders. And again, we want to thank the Ontario Trillium Foundation, Mackenzie Investments, Harry Foster Foundation, City of Peterborough, and the Gary Egan Children's Foundation, who are our major donors that really contributed to making this happen. I also wanted to thank everyone who has donated to us this year and really saw our vision in bringing this portal together and understood the capacity and impact that it could have in our community. If you've donated $5, $2, $20, we are so appreciative of anything that you were able to give during this tough time to really support what we're doing and helping us make this vision a reality. So again, thank you, all of you. We very much appreciate the community that we are in, our community members, those students and people that really make our programs work at the ground level. We very much appreciate everyone who's been involved, and of course, community organizations that are helping to inform our trainings as well going forward. So very valuable for all of us to come together in this time to really build an inclusive community, a truly inclusive community. So I just wanted to end this by saying a great big thank you to everyone out there who has helped us.
Just before we pop off 1 second, again, I'm so sorry. I would just love it so much if you watch this video and you've loved the video and you've liked the video, please share this video with people that you think may want to know about what we're doing or may want to become involved in what we're doing. So please comment their names, tag them in this, share this video with them, and just spread the love.